guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing this hair tutorial. I've been styling it just a little bit differently ever since I chopped off 2 inches off my hair, even though it's not even that noticeable that I cut it because my hair was about to here, but it was so broken and see-through. I'm honestly thinking of cutting another inch off. Let me know. I don't know. I'm kind of digging the short hair. It's so much fuller and so much more healthy now. And for about like 5 years, I've been trying to grow it out, and I've been so self-conscious with my hair, and that's why I would always wear hair extensions. So now that I finally gave myself just like a super healthy cut, I'm loving it. I'm loving the shorter hair, and this is how I've been styling it. So before we get started with every hair tutorial, I have to say I'm not a hairstylist. I've never been trained in hair. I don't know anything. It's just kind of like what I've picked up along the way. Any tips and tricks that I give you, just take it with a grain of salt, make it your own, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So I hope you like this video, and let's get into it. So this is what my hair looks like after one day. I did wash it yesterday morning, and when I blew it out, I just blow dried it with this brush, just like any kind of flat brush, just to make it straight like this. I didn't like pay extra attention to make it have volume or anything. I just did it really quick. So this is what it looks like now. I will be going in with dry shampoo, but I like to do that after it's curled. I don't know why. I just feel like when I go in with dry shampoo before I curl it, it kind of messes with the curl a little bit. So I do that after. So what I'll do first is I'll go through all over my head with a heat protectant. I do use a heat protectant when it's wet, but I also like to do it when it's dry as well. Lately I've been using this. It's the Paul Mitchell Hot Off the Press spray. I'm just gonna go in and spray my hair with this. Okay, now I divide it into sections. So if you watched any of my hair videos before, they're all very similar. Because I'm not a professional hairstylist, I do it very similarly every time. So I'm gonna split it in half at first. And I clip aside the left side of my head and put it in a clip. And then on this side, I will divide it right above the ear and clip the rest of it up here. Just like so. Now sometimes I'll go in and I'll spray this with a heat protectant so it's a little bit more concentrated. I feel like I did a pretty good job when my hair was all down, but if you feel the need that you want that extra protection, you can go ahead and spray that here. So I'm going to use this Bellamy 3-in-1 curling wand. It looks like this. And I have the 1-inch barrel on it. When my hair was, not longer, but when I had hair extensions in all the time, I would always go in with like this size. This is, I believe, a 2-inch or 32 millimeter, somewhere around there. It's huge. And when I cut my hair and stopped wearing hair extensions, I started using a smaller barrel. Now this also comes with this teeny tiny one that I don't use. I think for me, like, the biggest change in my hair was switching out the size of the wand and going in with something a little bit smaller. I just think it makes my hair look really good. So I'm gonna grab a 1-inch section here from the back. It's about this big. And when I curl it, I have it in my right hand and I push this down. So the cord part is up at the top and the wand is facing down. I wrap it in the middle, around it twice. And I have a little piece here hanging off. You can curl that if you want. I just accidentally let that go, but that's up to you. I only hold it on here for a couple seconds and then I let it go. It should look something like this. So I'm gonna let that cool right back here. And now I'm gonna grab another section about the same size, and I'm gonna curl it the opposite direction. So I'm facing this downwards and I'm coming from the back. Before on that piece, I came from the front and I wrapped it towards the back. But instead, I'm putting it from the back and wrapping it towards my face, or like towards the camera here. Wrapping it around about twice, kind of getting that bottom piece a little bit, not completely. You can see I can still hold it here. And then I'm gonna let it go, grab another piece. I'm in front of it and I'm wrapping it backwards. I'm not a professional hairstylist. I'm trying to explain it. If you are a beginner and you've never like curled your hair, which I'm sure you have. Alrighty. So usually, like, when my hair was longer, I would just go right in and start like messing it up because I liked that more looser wave sort of look. But I found that with my hair being a little bit shorter and more blunt, I like it to have some fullness and to hold the curl a little longer. So that is going to cool. I'm just gonna push it back here and let it do its thing. And now I'm taking down the next section. Here I'm just dividing it right about the eyebrow length. And then I'm going to clip that up here and do the exact same thing. So I'm taking about a 1-inch section, curling it away from the face. And now this does come with a glove. If you've never used a wand before, I would definitely use the glove. The glove just gets in my way, honestly. I'm used to not using it, so I don't. But if it's your first time using a wand, definitely use it so you don't burn off your hand. So I did away, towards, now I'm doing away. I'm splitting this in half right about here. If you ever need to brush it through, do so, because you don't want it to be all knotty and stuff. At least I don't. This one is towards. I mean, it's pretty repetitive and self-explanatory once you get down backwards, forwards, backward, forwards. And now this one would go forwards because that's like the order that it's going in. But this one is too close to my face and higher up. Like one down here I did go towards, but it was lower, so it didn't bother me. But because it's going to be the ones that really frame my face, I want that one to go away from my face, like this. And finally do this last section up here. I'm grabbing this piece, which is kind of like one that's going to be falling towards the back. And I'm just going to grab it like this. And I'm holding it horizontally instead of vertically here. And then I pull it through. And then all of the top pieces I like to go away from my face. I don't like them to go towards my face because then, I don't know, it always ends up looking really weird on me. If you like the way it looks or you can make it look good on you, do it if that's what you like. But for me, I just feel like it looks so weird. And now this big section here, I'll just do in one because it's, if I split it in half, I feel like they'll be too small. I'm just gonna use both of them and curl it away, still going vertically. And I don't hold it for too long. I take it out right away because I don't want it to be too tight and like bouncy. I want this one to be a little bit more like, you know. I'm just gonna keep this in this position while I go and do the other side. So it's the same thing, just going backwards, forwards, away from my face and towards my face throughout my whole head on the left side as well. And on the left side, I bring this wand from behind my head. I don't go in front of my head. I mean, you could, but then I feel like you risk burning yourself. So I almost come from behind my head and I rest my hand on my head and then wrap it this way. And it just seems to work better. I also really like to make sure that my hair isn't twisting as I'm wrapping it around the wand and that it stays in a nice straight continuous strand, if that makes sense. So it shouldn't be like, you know, twirling at all. I just make sure it's really combed through, straight, and wraps around evenly. That way it doesn't look messy or anything. It looks, I mean, it'll look put together messy, if that makes any sense. I let it cool. This side is like completely cooled, but this side is still pretty hot, so I don't want to like mess up this side and make it more loose than this side. So what I like to do next is make the root look higher. If you've watched any of my other hair videos, I've done this like every single time. And I don't know why more people don't do this. I feel like this is such a cool trick to give you instant volume. Now be careful, because if you rest this on your scalp, it will burn off. Don't do that. I'm just gonna grab a piece pretty much where my root is. You see where my root is grown out? That's the chunk I'm gonna grab. Maybe a little bit further out, but pretty much like along that line. That worked out nicely. I'm gonna lift it straight up vertically. I'm gonna lay this at the base and then pull this over it and almost push up with this so that it's not resting on your scalp. And then let go. And look at that. That gives you instant volume, in my opinion. I feel like that's just like, wow. Lay this and pull this over, and it just like raises your root. Raise the root. Everything seems pretty cooled. So the first thing that I do is I shake out the curl. Now I'm not gonna go straight in with a brush or anything like that. I go right at the root and I shake it. So I'm gonna do one side at a time. and I go right here. I just shake like this. And I feel like it gives me so much volume and it shakes the curl down and it just makes it look so like, look at that, so voluminous. Where here it just looks like, they're both fine. They both look good, I think, but this is like what I've been going for lately and making it look so big, and it's honestly shaking it. How easy is that? And now I'm not shaking through the whole thing. I'm just going right at the root and just like almost scratching my head. Do the back. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my hairspray. This is the Redken Control Addict 28. I have no idea, I got it in the Nick Sace words. But I really like it. Kind of fluff it up and I spray it. Okay, shake it, make sure it's really nice and big. So while it's still really big and messy, I'm gonna go in with my dry shampoo. This is my favorite. It's the Clarins dry shampoo. And honestly, at this point, because it's so big, you almost don't even need any dry shampoo. I feel like it almost hit it. I don't know, but I'm still gonna go in with it anyways. It's still gonna give me a little extra volume. So I pick up and spray right at the root. And now you can go in and rub that in there. And it's just gonna help absorb the oil. Another tip is if you spray this in your hair at night, it will absorb the oil overnight so that your hair isn't as greasy the next morning. Now I'm gonna go in and brush it through a little bit. So I'm not going through at the root, I'm just kind of brushing out these pieces away from my head. The last and final step that I do with my hair is I go in with some sort of oil for the ends because they can tend to get a little dry from the hairspray. So this is the one I've been using, but it's really old. I've been using it forever and it's almost gone. So I need to get another one. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. But this is the agave oil. I got it at Sephora and Gratis when I worked there. I do like one whole drop in my hand and then I rub it together so it's not so concentrated in just one area. And I go in and just go through the ends and make sure that they're a little bit more hydrated. So also separate it a little bit more too. So this is how I've been curling my hair. I hope that this video was somewhat helpful, even though I'm not a professional hairstylist at all whatsoever. I hope you liked this video. Let me know down below in the comments if you try out any of these tips or tricks and if they worked. And also let me know if you want to see like a holiday hairstyles video for short to medium length hair, because I think that'd be fun. Even though I haven't like tried any yet, I feel like I could start trying and maybe master them and then share them with you. So I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching it. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and thumbs it up. That'll let me know to do more videos like this. And I'll see you guys later. Bye. And I spray it. Oh my gosh, that just went everywhere. I think I'm running out. What the heck? Why are you doing that?